Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your day. Guys, I know how precious time is, as I always say. It's like I should do a Timex commercial, right? I know how precious time is, and the fact that you guys make me part of your day is something that I appreciate, and I hope I always add value to your day. I hope I can always either make you think, make you laugh, something resonates and you think about it throughout the day. I don't know what to do with my hands, both of them now. Magic. Because I'm wearing my microphone. So we'll see how this works. Guys, a lot of you have asked me about the Whittakers. Is there any updates? Yes, there is. Mark Leda, I said his name right, he did an interview with Jason Whittaker, who is a cousin of the Whittakers, somebody who he didn't have the best relationship with, or the relationship wasn't as easy. Not that the relationships are easy with the Whittakers. This one was a little bit more difficult. Jason had some drug problems. He's honest about it. He says he's got a problem. He did some time in jail. He was more hardened. But it seems like as Jason got older, or as he's getting older, he's mellowing and his priorities are changing. And, maybe there's a chance for Jason, not so much so the other members of the family, because it seems like Mark was lied to once again, this time by Kenneth. Now, I'm disappointed because I liked Kenneth. So, guys, remember that channel that I told you that tried to extort Tyler Oliveira for seeing the Whittakers? So they wanted $10,000 to introduce Tyler to the Whittakers. Remember?
Tyler Oliveira calls. Tyler wants to do something at the Whittakers. Of course he does. I bring Big Weavy into the fold. We tell Tyler Oliveira it's going to be 10 grand. We were going to keep $1,000 a piece and give $8,000 and put it in Betty's account. That was the price it was going to be to get next to the Whittakers, because in our mind, they're going to get something out of it. They're going to. Tyler, for one reason or another, says nope. I can't. I'm not going to pay you 10 grand to see these people.
I forgot the name of that channel. Anyway, he said that he thought Kenneth was full of shit. And I was like, I think Kenneth's a good guy. So I got to give that guy kudos. He was spot on about Kenneth. Kenneth's full of shit. So good on you. But still, you don't need to try to extort people to go introduce them to somebody. What's wrong with you?
And I asked you about Larry dying, and you go, yeah, he's dead.
Well, she told me to tell you that now.
What? Yeah, but come on, you know.
Well, I didn't know you were going to steal no money.
Well, you told Mark Larry died.
Yeah, she told me Larry died.
Well, that's what Big Joe told him.
Yeah, Big Joe should tell Mark that. And you know that's right.
Well, ain't no Larry didn't. Because if that was me now, I would tell Mark. I didn't tell Mark all that stuff.
Well, you should tell me. I would call Mark and tell me what's true.
Kenneth is the brother of Betty and Larry and Lorraine. Okay, so let's recap. We have Betty, who's the matriarch of the family. This is an inbred family in Odd, West Virginia. Can't make that up. Odd, West Virginia. An inbred family where the matriarch is Betty, and she lives in a house with her brother Ray Ray, who is nonverbal and basically barks as his way of communication, barks in grunts and high pitches, I guess. His way of communication. Their sister, Lorraine, who she has spoken, I've heard her speak, very soft-spoken, always looks like amazed at everything. And her son, who they don't know, well, Betty, I think, knows who the dad is. I think the family knows, but nobody's giving up. The son, who is Timmy, is the result of SA. And somebody, again, within the family, there's this constant inbred. Lorraine's son is Timmy, and he lives in the house. So when I say son, he's in his 40s now, I think. He's definitely a grown man at this point, but there's a bunch of learning disabilities, a bunch of just social disabilities. These people, they're not going to be able to just go out and get a job. You can't bark at a job without being able to at least know something about how to handle dogs or speak in their language. So Mark Leda brought this family into our lives. Okay, so wait, let's go back. So we have Betty, we have Ray Ray, we have Lorraine, and we have Timmy in one house. Right next door to that house is another little house, and we have Kenneth, who is the brother of Betty and Lorraine, and then Ray Ray, and then we have across the street, very narrow street, almost like a driveway, in a trailer, we have Larry, who is the brother of Betty as well, and his daughter, BJ, who is named after Betty. BJ has a drug problem that came out a couple months ago now, and Mark was lied to. Mark Leda was lied to. Betty called crying hysterical. Her dad, Larry, died. She needed money for the funeral. Mark sent the money, felt something was wrong, flew all the way across country only to find out that Larry's wide awake, alive, everything's going on. He ain't dead. But that's not what Betty had told him. And Mark had been sending money to Betty because Mark had started a GoFundMe, which was brought to light and exposed for nothing by Tyler Oliveira, who sensationalized something incorrectly. You could see all of that. I mean, I have done videos on it, but check out Soft White Underbelly, because that's Mark's story, and I think he explains it best. So Mark basically has washed his hands after giving over $150,000 to this family from GoFundMe's and from his own money that he's made off of them with taking photos. That's how we were introduced to them. Mark Leda's wonderful black and white photography, takes portraits, absolutely gorgeous. He took this unique looking, not so attractive family and brought them into our lives in a beautiful way. There's no other way to say it. I highly recommend you check out his channel. I'm sure you guys know the channel better than me. There's over 5 million subscribers to it. If you don't, and you don't know about his black and white still work, please check it out. It's just well worth it. He's gorgeous, gorgeous photographer. So he brought this family into our lives. I think so. He's the one that brought them into our lives. And through that, he's made some money, and he's given some money, and he's built a relationship with this family, only to find out he's been lied to and been used. And the one person that he had faith that he thought might tell him the truth is Kenneth, because Kenneth, when Betty lied about her brother Larry dying because BJ told her to lie, she lied to Mark. Mark said, I can't trust her, and he felt like he could trust Kenneth. He couldn't, because a couple days ago, apparently, he got a phone call from Larry, Betty's brother, saying, hey, I want to take her to the Carolinas and get her out of here because she's just messing everything up. And Mark supported that and sent over $700, was told that BJ went, found out otherwise, called Kenneth, who I thought too, good guy, was going to tell the truth, lied to Mark and said, yeah, she's gone. He knew, Mark knew BJ didn't go anywhere. He's done now. Now he's done, but he's brokenhearted again. So here's a guy, he really did try. You can even hear in the interview he's having with Jason how disappointed he is, how much he really cared for the family. But it also comes out that they are making money with, they're getting SSI, they're getting disability. So they were getting it before Mark, they're going to get it after Mark. The family's really going to be fine. But they took advantage of Mark, and they took advantage of the kindness of people by thinking that it would be okay to spend that money on somebody's drugs abuse. You want to take that money and spend it on the rehab of the person, okay. But yeah, this was a perpetuating cycle. It just continued, and they lied to Mark. And nobody likes feeling used. Nobody likes feeling like it didn't matter, you know. So it's really sad. But you guys have asked if there's any kind of update that has happened, and that's the update. And I highly recommend that you guys check out Jason Whittaker, who's again one of the cousins. But come to find out, maybe not. Maybe not. He talks about who his dad might be. And you can also see the pictures as Jason has changed over the course of time. And hopefully Jason has got it together. Mark is going to help Jason try to get to his children, his daughters in, I think, Illinois, I want to say. And, he hasn't seen them in decades, but it'll give him a chance because there's nothing really to do in odd West Virginia. The closest town, or the biggest town, is 30 miles away, and without a car you can't really get anywhere and make any kind of living, and so it's hard to go forward. And so it's kind of depressing for those people that do want to do better, and maybe Jason does this time. Who knows? Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. Please check out Soft White Underbelly, and also don't forget, be better today than you were yesterday, not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. All right, guys, so I'll see you next time. Don't forget, please like, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate it. It doesn't cost anything. Thanks, guys.